you're looking at going to prison for the rest of your life, you know? Because the way it looks like you broke into this house, you kidnapped this man, and you held him hostage for 2 hours.
At this moment, Billy Phillips, a convicted felon with a dark past, comes to a grim realization. He's going to prison for the rest of his life.
You have his card in your wallet. You cashed his checks that you forged to yourself the day he was murdered.
Billy stands accused of the murder of his former boss, 66-year-old Jeffrey Biddle. Jeffrey was found shot dead in his home on June 23, 2021, with incriminating evidence placing Billy at the scene.
Or that you were there.
I was there, but I didn't kill him.
Billy has a story, but what he reveals is far more monstrous. As the case unfolds, they uncover a shocking twist that changes everything.
Are you a monster?
No, I'm not a monster.
Okay, are you a cold-blooded killer?
Upon reaching Jeffrey's house, the detectives made a grim discovery. Jeffrey's lifeless body lying on the floor of the basement.
I have one 22 caliber casing on the floor.
Oh, okay.
A lot of blood. Looks like he thrashed around a lot.
Detectives discovered that Jeffrey's business partners had access to his finances and asked to have his accounts reviewed, looking for any signs of suspicious activity. The search revealed a check to an ex-employee, Billy Phillips, dated June 20th, 2021, with more checks issued around Jeffrey's death.
All right, Billy. Do you know why you're here?
Not exactly.
What do you mean by not exactly? Do you have some idea?
They told me I was under arrest and that I would be talked to when I got here.
They didn't tell you what you're under arrest for?
No, sir.
Did they tell you you had a warrant?
They did.
But they didn't tell you what it was about?
No, sir.
Okay.
I could explain it to you, but you probably wouldn't get it.
Well, why don't you try? Because I've heard a lot of shit. So maybe I would.
I deposited checks that I shouldn't have deposited, mainly out of desperation with new baby on the way and back was against the wall.
Whose checks did you deposit?
Steve Willard's.
Steve Willard's. Did they go through or did they bounce?
They went through.
Okay. How much were they for?
Some of the checks I already had.
Okay.
In my possession, they were given to me. And then certain things happened.
So you mean they were like legitimate checks that he wrote to you?
They were given to me in case of emergencies.
The detective presses on about the checks, hoping to make Billy nervous by showing that they know more than he might think.
I know that you were there. I can prove it. I can prove it to you right here that you were there. But before we get there, okay, like everybody has all this nice about Jeff. You know what I mean? Like that's really the story here that we have so far. Is how nice of a guy Jeff is and how like I can't believe he had no enemies. I can't believe anybody would do this to him. And there's a reason what happened to him. I'm not saying because like he was a bad guy and made enemies with you or anybody else, okay?
Jeffrey was shot 4 times. 2 non-fatal wounds struck his back and upper right chest. It was the final 2 shots, one to the head and another to the left temple at point-blank range, that sealed his fate. Investigators found no signs of a struggle, leading them to believe Jeffrey was too terrified to fight back, or was taken by surprise. But rather than the barbarity of the shooting, it was the motive behind this unthinkable crime that left detectives truly stunned.
122. It looks like a 22.
Okay. But you don't see that.
No, I don't see the weapon unless he's laying on top of it. But again, he thrashed around a lot.
Oh boy.
And it starts back over there. Now that I've stepped on this stuff, I'll keep stepping.
Well, there's a big pool right by his feet.
Yeah, there's a big pool over here where it coagulated back behind his head.
Okay.
I got a little bit of tissue underneath the staircase. Over near the sump pump.
But, you know, obviously, like, you're in a situation in your life where there's a certain level of desperation. Okay? I know Steve Willard fired you. You know, whether it was because you did something wrong or he was going crazy is kind of irrelevant.
Well, he didn't.
Well, his HR got rid of you. Okay? Again, whether it was for a legitimate reason or not, that still puts you in a situation financially. You got a new kid on the way, and you're strapped for cash. Okay? So I can completely understand, you know, like, how you're in this spot. You have a history, obviously, with Steve of stealing checks or, you know, writing fraudulent checks. Jeff's got money. You go there with the intention of taking his checks, and maybe he's home when he's not supposed to be, and something happens. You know, maybe you're like, you know, you did prison time, right, in Virginia. You don't want to go back to prison, and it's out of control and out of hand. That's a very different story than, like, you know, Billy's a monster that went to Jeff's house and brutally murdered him for no reason. Okay, those are two very different stories.
In 2008, Billy was convicted of robbing a bank in Virginia Beach, committing an audacious crime where he leaped over the counter after a hesitant teller failed to comply. For that, he served 7 years behind bars. Upon his release in 2015, he found work in the IT field, but financial struggles continued to haunt him.
So these records are from Jeff's phone, okay? Go ahead in a second. Have the scoop close to you? All right, so I want you to look at the date, okay? So 6/22, that's the day before Jeff was killed, okay? This is at 10:20 p.m. Probably goes to sleep sometime after here, okay? 6:23 at 5:55 a.m. He Googles "Good Day Sunshine," which is a song.
Okay.
All right. 6:23, 5:55, "Good Day Sunshine." He searches for it again. 6:23, 2021, YouTube. 6:23, 5:55, "Good Day Sunshine." He's listening to the song. Here he starts listening to the Beatles. "Here Comes the Sun," "Here Comes the Sun." Back to YouTube at 6 o'clock. Here at 6 o'clock. Then right here, 6:23, that's 6:59 a.m. What's that? Can you read that?
SunTrust.
He goes to his SunTrust account.
Okay.
Right here, same exact time, he probably clicked another link on the SunTrust account, okay?
Okay.
This is from his phone. Put that aside for a second. Here's his call logs. All right. 6:22, 6:22, these are all incoming calls. 6:23 at 7:58 a.m. He makes a call to that number. Do you know what that number is? It's SunTrust.
Okay.
This is the only time that Jeff Biddle has called SunTrust from his cell phone going back to 2018.
Okay.
Okay. This is the last phone call his cell phone makes. Okay?
All right.
Now I want to move on for a second. Let me show you the bottom half. This is a forwarded email. The top half was forwarded to my partner. Okay? At 9:07 a.m., an email goes from Jeff to some of the membership of PSI.
After Jeffrey's murder, his phone was used to send an email to his coworkers, claiming he wouldn't be coming to work that day. But the deception fell flat, as many of his colleagues knew Jeffrey had plans that morning.
I guess the detective is coming here. They want to do all the interviews. So, because some weird stuff, like they said that he sent an email to them yesterday that said, "I'm going to be off today for a family emergency," but he was already he was already not to be in the office. So they were like, that was just really weird.
Had a family emergency come up this morning. More than likely we've out of reach today. Apologize for the short email and will be in touch when I can. Thanks, Jeff. So when they got this email, immediately they became suspicious because Jeff wasn't supposed to work on this day. What I know about Jeff and what I'm sure you know about him is that he's a workaholic. So he's always at work. Well, he took off on Wednesday the 23rd. He was going on a date with this girl he just started dating. We were supposed to be going all day. So right away, the company is like, You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. And then Thursday comes around and he doesn't show up for work. And that's when the police get called and he's found dead. All right. But a couple things about this email that I think are pretty important. So whoever wrote this email would have to know enough about Jeff and the company to know who to send it to, but not know enough to know that Jeff wasn't supposed to work or be in touch at all on Wednesday anyways. You see what I mean by that?
Mhm.
This is just another copy of the email. What kind of car were you driving today?
White Beamer. X3.
Whose car is that?
Marie's.
Marie's. Is it? It's registered to like her dad or something, right?
Yes.
You were driving, I think 2 days ago, we had you on video with Sunoco too driving. You drive that car often?
Yes.
Okay. So the times on this camera are a tad off. You know how some of those cameras can be? But at 7:02 a.m., this car goes by Jeff's house. So this camera is the corner house, which is the one next to Jeff's.
Okay.
So this is Jeff's street. Okay? So right around the same time that SunTrust website, accesses this car, which right now, like, yeah, I can't see the tag on this, okay? But that's your car. I know it's your car. Going by. Then that email sent at 9:07. All right? No other emails or any text messages go out from Jeff's phone. $9:20 in the morning. It's a bad picture because it's a still shot I took from a video. Okay? But this is you.
In the days following the murder, Billy deposited 3 checks, unaware that bank surveillance cameras had captured every transaction. But even more damning evidence against Billy was about to come to light.
So that's how I know that you were there when Jeff was killed. So the question is, like I said, did you go there and kill him because you have me fooled and you're just a monster? Or did you go there because you're desperate for something and things got out of hand? And this is your opportunity, to tell that side of the story. They say there's 2 sides to every story. Well, if the side that I had was favorable to you already, you wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So this is it, man. Like, this is your shot to tell us what happened. I know what happened. I don't know all the details. I don't know how it happened. And I don't know why it happened. But this is your chance to maybe put a little bit of an explanation on it because people want to know and people are going to be asking. And it matters. Maybe there's a reason for why what happened. Or maybe there isn't. But there's only 2 people who know the answer to that. One of them's dead.
And the other one's a convicted felon.
I don't care that you're a convicted felon at all. That has nothing to do with why you're here. I don't, yes, you're a convicted felon, you're a convicted bank robber, but that was a long time ago. Okay? And you're not here because I was like, oh, Billy did a bank robbery, he must have killed Jeff.
No.
You're here because everything lines up. The evidence puts you there. That also goes to show that, this wasn't some pre-planned out horrific thing. You did a awful job. If what I mean, if this is a pre-planned thing. But it looks bad because you're a big dude. You're 36 years old. He's a 66-year-old man killed in his house. It looks bad, man. And you're wearing the same clothes that you're wearing at the bank. You're wearing the same clothes that you're wearing on that video. Nothing here looks good for you.
Billy chooses silence over defending himself, a telling sign of guilt. Yet detectives press on, warning him that the truth is inevitable and time is running out. But just around the corner, a shocking twist was about to change everything.
There's no question that you did this. There isn't, or that you were there.
I was there, but I didn't kill him.
So what happened? If you were there but you didn't kill him, what happened?
And this is the part that just...
So that's you on video. What happened? Was somebody else with you?
No.
Okay. Did he shoot himself?
No.
Okay. I know he didn't shoot himself because of where he was shot and how many times he was shot. So what happened? I know he was alive between 6 and 7. I know what time you got there. Okay? I know he didn't make that call to SunTrust unless he did it because you made him do it. You have his card in your wallet. You cashed his checks that you forged to yourself the day he was murdered. And I'm not yelling at you to yell at you or being, but like I'm trying to get it through your head that like this is up. You know, and I'm giving you the chance to tell me what happened. Because you know if you don't give me the chance, if you don't tell me what happened, you know what it looks like. And you know what they're going to say. You know, I can't make you any promises, man, but like, you're looking at, like, this is serious. You think your bank robbery was bad? How much time did you do for that? 7. You think that was bad? Bro, you're looking at going to prison for the rest of your life. You know? Because the way it looks like you broke into this house, you kidnapped this man, and you held him hostage for 2 hours and murdered him in cold blood, and then cashed his checks on not only the day of the murder, but 2 days later.
Billy went prepared, bringing a gun and disabling Jeffrey's car to ensure there was no escape. This wasn't a crime of impulse. It was a calculated act of murder.
You took his checks, you took his card, and probably his cash. And he's dead. I mean, that doesn't look good. Are you a monster?
No, I'm not a monster.
Okay. Are you a cold-blooded killer?
No.
Okay. Then something happened. You know, maybe something got out of hand. Maybe Jeff, you got there, Jeff fought back. You know, I don't know. Maybe you're like, this guy knows me, like I don't want to go back to prison, and just went south. You know, and you shot him once, and then you're like, well, fuck, I gotta kill him now.
I don't even have a gun.
Then how are you there and he ends up shot 4 times? Maybe he had the gun. You know, like, that's what I'm saying, Billy, is like, you're a convicted felon, and I don't say that to be, I say that because I know how hard it can be for a convicted felon to get a gun. You know, so it totally makes sense that you wouldn't have a gun. Maybe he had the gun. Maybe you went to his house, there's a disagreement, he pulls out a gun, you're a big dude, you get it away from him, and maybe that's what happened. But like, you're not giving me that. I mean, I just spun that up in my head, but I see how that could be a possibility. But you're not giving me that. What it looks like is that you went there with a gun and you killed him. So if that's not what happened, tell me. Because this is the only shot you're going to have.
Pete, I'm scared to death right this second.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
I want to trust you. Okay. I do.
Okay.
And legitimately, I have an explanation.
Okay.
It's not great. It's still bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then what you need to do is trust yourself. You don't need to worry about trusting me. Okay.
But you're asking me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, every single time, hell, even Willard told me, you know, to not say anything and ask for an attorney. But I've always felt that, you know, just talking to somebody, you know, being upfront is always the better option. But
well, Billy, the thing is, man, is like,
and I don't want to be labeled as a monster because I'm not a monster.
so that's what I'm telling you, bro.
But they're already labeling me a monster.
Nobody's labeled you anything. Okay, it's just me and you here. Okay.
Billy's internet search history painted an even more chilling picture of premeditation. Among his queries, can a bottle work as a silencer? Will tape on a muzzle brake help with noise? Will the ringing from a gunshot go away? Will Face ID work with your eyes closed? These searches left little doubt that Billy wasn't just planning to rob Jeffrey. He was prepared to use deadly force.
I'm not a monster, Pete.
Well, tell me.
Pete, what I did was wrong, but I didn't kill him. Okay? I did not kill anybody.
So what happened? How did you get into the house? You said the front door, it was unlocked. So you let yourself into the house.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Where did you park the car?
I need an attorney. I'm sorry. I know this just makes me mad now.
It doesn't make me mad at all.
But yeah, it does. I know it does.
Do I look mad?
Billy refuses to reveal what happened that night. He knows there's no way to craft a believable story that explains the forensic evidence without incriminating himself. With no way out, it makes the one and only move left. He asks for a lawyer.
So what's going to happen? Have you ever been arrested in Maryland before?
No, sir.
Okay. So you're going to go from here to the commissioner's office, like it said in the form that I read you. We're going to get a copy of your arrest warrant. You're going to hear your charges and all that. You know, and then let's kind of go from there.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if they give you a bond or not. But I can't imagine that they will. Just, being honest with you. Okay? Alright, I'll get her before we get out of here.
Where will I be able to call her from?
When you get to the central processing unit, you'll be able to call her there. Okay.
Thank you, Pete.
Yep.
Despite Billy's request for a lawyer, detectives were confident in their case. He was charged with first-degree murder and held without bail. Investigators believed that Billy, driven by resentment, intended to steal checks, but unexpectedly encountered Jeffrey, leading to a terrifying ordeal in the basement before his death. On May 1st, 2023, Montgomery County Circuit Judge Carla Smith found Billy Phillips guilty of the murder of Jeffrey Biddle and sentenced him to life in prison for murder, with an additional 65 years for home invasion, armed robbery, and the use of a firearm in a violent felony. This case stands among the most chilling. Billy Phillips had a history of escalating criminal behavior, resorting to crime whenever life took a downturn. But his final act was the most heinous of all: the murder of Jeffrey Biddle, a man known for his kindness. Was Billy driven purely by greed, or was he always a cold-blooded killer?
There's a knife in the video. You're holding it to his throat saying you're going to cut his head off.
What knife? What are you talking about?
Some criminals leave behind fingerprints. Some leave behind DNA. This man left behind almost 90 Snapchat stories that had recorded his disturbing act. This is 35-year-old Timothy Kendrick of Columbus, Ohio, sitting in the interrogation room as the prime suspect of a crime that is beyond gruesome.
He was not only taken over there and dumped, he was set on fire. What you left in there was all of his blood. It was all over the room.
The chilling details of the crime kept on getting more and more disturbing as the investigation proceeded, revealing 45 stab wounds inflicted on the victim.
I didn't kill the guy. I've never killed anyone in my life.
What Timothy fails to realize is that he's already dug his own grave. His secret was already all over the internet. Every video, every moment he thought he could control was now evidence.
The video shows you clearly beating the hell out of him, kicking him, putting the knife to his throat.
What unfolded was nothing short of a nightmare. Hours of torture left Drew's body broken. A shattered nose, swollen face, crushed teeth, over 45 stab wounds, and finally ending with his throat slit ear to ear. Later, to conceal his little misadventure, Timothy wrapped Drew's body with a shower curtain and transported it in the dead of the night to an office space a few miles away and set it on fire. However, the fire didn't consume the entire body. Timothy initially thought he had successfully slipped through the cracks of the justice system, but it was through the Snapchat stories that both the victim and murderer were identified and found.
5:50 a.m. on Saturday morning with the cart. The cart is full. Can you tell me what was in the cart? They're working on the floors upstairs, so
Sounds like someone getting.
it sounds like somebody's coming through the floor. I know, but they're redoing like the tables and stuff.
What was your question?
Can you tell me what it is that you pushed out of your room in that cart Saturday morning? About 10 to 6.
I can't even really see it. Trash?
Okay. Where did you put the trash?
The dumpster?
Okay. Because we can follow you from this room out the door, past the dumpster, out to Sawmill.
Can you? I don't know. It's trash in there. Bags.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me why this guy never came out of your room? You're on the 3rd floor. He didn't jump out the window.
Once the paperwork is complete and Timothy's rights are read, the detective wastes no time. Timothy plays confused, but the detective isn't buying it. When Timothy claims he doesn't know what this is about, the detective shows him a photo of Drew. Timothy's denial was predictable and pointless. The detective then reveals information about the CCTV footage of Timothy speaking to Drew, further tightening the noose. From the start, the detective has been chipping away at Timothy's defense, cornering him without him even noticing. His excuses are already running thin, his lies unraveling. Yet his shameless denial didn't stop there.
Can you tell me why he didn't come out?
Should have came out.
He never did.
Let me ask you this, if I could. Where did you meet him? How did you meet him?
That man right there.
Yeah.
In the checkered shirt.
I met him at the Shell station.
Okay. How'd you guys meet? I mean, what? He just walked up to you. You walk up to him.
He walked up to me.
What'd he say?
Started asking me for beer, to buy beer.
Okay. So when you went back in that room, what happened?
We just hung out. Had a couple of drinks. That's it.
Okay. Can you explain to me how this occurred?
I don't know.
Did you guys get in a fight?
Tell you what, we're going to go about this a little different way, dude. I know about the Snapchat video. I know about, we have done search warrants and everything on your cloud. I've got the videos from your phone. All I want to know is what happened. And how did you get hooked up with this guy?
We were at the Shell station.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know him. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Or anything like that. He asked me for beer. I told him I didn't have it. You know, I'm like, oh, we can have a couple of drinks with me if you want to. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the room, and we're having a really decent time. And then he tried to take my wallet.
I tried to take your
Yeah, I
wallet.
took my stuff out of my pocket, so I went back to the room.
Okay.
And then we got into a little scuffle.
Okay. That's more than a little scuffle, man. I mean, that's a pretty big scuffle. Tell me what happened in that room. Tell me what was going through your head.
I don't know. What's going through my head? I don't really remember that night.
Okay. How come you don't remember that night?
I just don't remember.
Okay.
If you look at my skull, it's kind of like fractured. I have I have a brain problem, brain injury.
Okay.
For some reason, look at my face. It's not like sideways a little bit.
Okay.
Once detectives confront him with the details of that night, and Timothy realizes the detectives are already ahead of the steps he's about to show. First, he tries shifting the blame onto Drew, but when that fails, he reaches for a classic tactic, the brain injury card. It's an old move, but suspects still cling to it like a lifeline. The detectives, however, aren't surprised. They've seen this trick before and know exactly how to handle it.
There's a few things, and I'm not sitting here trying to judge anybody, trying to hem anybody up, trying to do anything like that. What I'm trying to do is figure out what happened and why. All right. Okay. So after the scuffle and after, you know, as you saw in the picture here, after he got beat up pretty good, what happened with that card?
I returned it to Walmart.
It didn't go back to Walmart.
The card, yeah, I returned the card to Walmart.
What did you do with him?
What do you mean what did I do with him?
What did you do with him? Where'd you take him?
What do you mean what I said?
After you had the scuffle, tell us what happened after
I didn't take him anywhere. What do you mean?
He didn't walk out.
Yeah.
He didn't. I got video from the time he walked in to the time we entered your room.
He had to have walked in.
He didn't. He never walked out of your room.
Yeah.
He was found dead less than a block away.
He was found dead less than a block away.
That's why you're charged with murder.
I can't wait. I'm charged with murder.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem real to me.
I just want to know what happened.
It just doesn't seem real to me, man. I didn't murder anybody.
Okay. So talk to me about this fight that you guys had. He tried to take your wallet. Did you catch him trying to take your wallet? How'd that turn out?
Yeah, I saw him. I just clocked him on his eyebrow and started bleeding.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
He just sat down on the floor and I went to bed.
He sat on the floor and you went to bed?
Yeah. After I hit him, he sat down on the floor.
Okay. I'll find that picture again. That's not one punch. That's a bunch of punches. That's kicks, everything else. Like I said, I saw the video.
That's an eyebrow shot.
That's more than that. Look at his cheek. Look down here. I've been punched in the eyebrow a lot of times. It doesn't swell your cheek, your jaw, your opposite cheek up. Okay, that's more than one shot to the eyebrow. And yes, he did sit on the floor because that's what he's doing right there. Okay, but there's no doubt in my mind that more happened. Okay, and I just want to know what it was. You didn't go to bed after that. Okay, there was a pretty heavy beating that went on there. And if the dude stole your wallet and catches a beating, that part I get it. I understand that. I mean, that happens. All right. And people catch a beating for stealing somebody's wallet that's more than one punch.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I don't have a problem with that, to be honest with you. Okay.
So as I started talking to him, I guess he was homeless. Not homeless, but he was hard up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a hard up guy.
Okay.
Didn't make money or anything.
Okay. So after you hit him, take me through how this happened.
I mean, that's like one shot to the eyebrow, bro.
That's not one shot, man.
That's one shot. Look at my face. I mean, my face.
Timothy, let me explain. You're an intelligent guy, right? Am I right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. We didn't start doing this yesterday, okay? We've been doing this for 20 plus years, okay? So we know there's a lot more to it, all right? So don't treat us like we're idiots. We haven't treated you like you're an idiot, right?
Right. I'm not trying to.
Fair is fair, right?
I'm not trying to treat you like an idiot.
Okay. Then we'd appreciate if you don't try and convince us that that's one punch, okay?
Like I said, I saw the video. There's more than one punch on that video.
Detectives know Timothy isn't telling the full story. While he claims to have only thrown a single punch, the evidence tells a much darker tale. Rather than cornering him immediately, they try a different approach. They entertain the possibility that Timothy acted in self-defense, perhaps reacting to Drew attempting to steal from him. It's a subtle tactic designed to give Timothy a chance to admit partial guilt while still saving face. But Timothy refuses to bite. His denial, in light of the overwhelming evidence, only makes his lies more obvious. However, the detectives were more concerned to know what led him to inflict such violence on Drew.
There's a knife involved in that video, okay? And he was found, like I said, a block over, and it makes perfect sense if you panicked, if things went too far, if you hit him several times, threatened him and stuff like that, and then he kind of went south on you, and then you pushed him out and you weren't sure what to do, so you took him over to that business area and dumped him, all right? That's what I'm looking at. That's what makes sense to me, all right? And I mean, I want to get your side of it. I want to find out why this occurred. That's what I'm looking at. Because I don't know. That's one of the things I don't know about. I know about what happened. I don't know why it happened.
I didn't kill the man. That's the only thing I can say. I didn't kill him.
Okay. When did he leave your room?
I don't know when he was, bro. I went to sleep. I laid down. We were drinking.
Okay.
I laid down.
He never came out of your room.
Or maybe he jumped out the window or something.
He didn't jump out the window.
He could have. That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. By the time we were there would have still been marks in the grass where he fell out of the window. There would have been marks down the side of the wall, and there was nothing. Okay?
He would have injured himself severely jumping 3 stories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he was just going out 1 story.
No, what you did.
Okay.
Was he in that grocery cart? Because that's what I think happened.
I had trash in my car.
Okay.
He was trash to you?
I never said that a human being was trash.
Okay, well, because that's kind of what you're getting at.
There was trash in the cart.
Okay.
Boxes and bags, different stuff like that. I just went to the store a few different times.
You put him in that cart and you took him out of there like he was trash, man.
I didn't put any human being in that cart, bro.
How do you think that's going to look to a jury?
I didn't put anyone in no cart. I had put trash in there, the boxes.
What was his name? What did he tell you his name was?
I don't even know his name.
So he didn't mean it to you.
I don't know who that man was. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Well, he was not only taken over there and dumped, he was set on fire. He was wrapped up in a shower curtain or something. Okay, we've been in that room, which I'm sure you're probably aware of. We were over there after you checked out, but you still had all your stuff or a lot of your stuff in there.
Too much stuff. I had too much stuff. I just left some stuff.
What you left in there was all of his blood. It was all over the room. It didn't get cleaned up with the Tide Pods. It didn't get cleaned up. It was still in the carpet. It was still under the retainer for the carpet. It was still all over the chair. And we have all of that. And that matches with him. Okay? He was set on fire wearing that exact same shirt. And I've got you walking that cart past a dumpster, an empty dumpster, looking in the dumpster, and walking out to Sawmill Road. Coming back about 15 minutes later without the cart. It takes longer than 15 minutes to walk over to Walmart. It takes less than 15 minutes to walk that cart over to where he was dumped and walk back. I know that because I did it. Okay? I did it several times. He did it. You're younger than both of us, so I'm sure you can do it faster than what we can. Plus, I'm walking it in church shoes. All right? You can do it. That can be done. Walking it to Walmart and not coming back with a cart can't. So I want to know what happened to cause, like I said, if it was a beating because of your wallet and it got out of hand, then that's a story. That's your side of what happened. But that's what I need to know, because this really is your only chance to put that out, to give us your side of the story. Okay, because when all of the information from this comes back, all the different search warrants I'm doing. This is not a little investigation. This is a homicide. It's a huge investigation, and there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes as far as search warrants, getting stuff from Snapchat, stuff from social media, all of that. We do search warrants for all of that stuff. We get all of that information, all the stuff that social media wants you to think that deletes after a certain time, or you delete off of your phone. It's not deleted. All it is, the path to get it is deleted. It's still there.
There's ghost images on there.
So
Yeah.
we're going to get all of that. Okay. Also, your phone, if you had your phone with you, is going to track exactly where you went. Okay. And if you sit here and tell me that you don't know anything about, you hit the guy one time and you don't know anything else, when I get that evidence back and the judge looks at it and he says, okay, you asked him this very specific question, he's going to see the evidence that I've collected. Okay. And he's going to see your answer to that. And he's going to say, he is lying, and he knew he was lying. So this is your chance to come clean with stuff, because to be honest with you, that's the only thing that's going to help you in this case. We've got an awful lot of evidence, and we're not even close to being done yet.
Right. You have a cigarette?
I don't smoke, dude. They don't let anybody smoke in this. We can maybe get you one when you get outside, when you get back to the car. But unfortunately, we can't let anybody smoke in here. I can get you a bottle of water or something. But
No.
okay.
I mean, I didn't kill the I didn't kill the guy. I've never killed anyone in my life.
Confronted with a relentless wave of detailed evidence, Timothy's composure starts to crack. Each piece, precise and undeniable, is laid out by the detectives, and it's clear the pressure is taking its toll on him. His once fragile confidence begins to shatter. With nowhere left to turn, he desperately asks for a cigarette, which is not just a craving, but a sign of a man cornered. Yet, true to form, Timothy clings to his denial, still insisting he hasn't killed Drew. But even patience has its limits. The detectives know they've boxed him in, and now it's time to make him choose. Keep lying or face the full weight of the truth. One final ultimatum is all that stands between Timothy and the collapse of his facade.
I don't even hurt animals. I don't like hurting flies. I believe in Gaia. You know what Gaia is?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mother Earth.
Okay, I'm not in here to have a religious conversation. I want to know what happened. I can have a religious conversation all day long. But that's not what I want to know. What I want to know is what happened here. I want to know what happened in that room. I want to know how he got from that room a block down and set on fire. Yeah. Because I think you know how that happened. Because you're the only one that was there.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know. Like you said, he got set on fire. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean get set on fire?
Not much to explain. He got set on fire. He got wrapped up, dumped, and set on fire.
Set on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Like set on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
We weren't there. You were.
How did that man get set on fire?
That's what I just told you. I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you, because you were the one that was there. I was not.
I don't know how that man got set on fire.
How did he get over there in the first place?
I have no idea. Maybe he was maybe he was high as hell.
No, he wasn't, because his feet looked to me like he had his feet bound. We haven't gotten the full coroner's report back. Looked like he had his feet bound.
What's that mean?
It means his feet were tied together and he was wrapped up in a black covering, whether it was a shower curtain or a nylon sheet or whatever. And that's exactly what I see in that shopping cart.
I don't know how that man got over there.
Okay.
I think probably we're just going to have to. We'll just write it up as we thought, as a human sacrifice. And
I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know. That's why I'm asking these questions. Okay, because I want to get your side of it. I've told you that. But
I didn't kill anybody.
Okay, but you were in the room with him. You met him at the Shell station. He was asking you for beer. You go over to your room. He steals your wallet. You punch him one time, and then he goes to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I did punch him, yeah. I had to.
What do you mean you had to?
I mean, I had to punch him to get my wallet. Had to punch him.
Okay, so
How did you realize that he had taken your wallet?
I just had noticed it not on the where the stove was.
Mm-hmm. And where was it?
Dangling by his feet. Not dangling, but down by his feet.
Okay.
Like he had picked it up and was going to do something, like put it in his pocket or something.
Okay. All right. So what did he say? Did you ask him about it, or did you just punch him?
I'm like, hey, what's going on here? He's like, oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I'm like, oh, that's not cool. You're trying to steal my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I invite you into my house and have a drink with you on my birthday. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just hard up. He said that he's hard up. And I'm like, oh, that's not cool. I'm like, you gotta go. And I hit him the eyebrow.
Okay. Which eyebrow?
The left one, I think.
Okay. Where'd the knife come in? Because that's all over the video. You holding the knife to him, telling him you're going to cut his head off.
What knife? What are you talking about?
There's a knife in the video. You're holding it to his throat, saying you're going to cut his head off.
What knife? What are you talking about?
Okay. I think we're done. And I'm going to tell you what, we have to go in and do a little bit of paperwork. If you decide that you want to talk to me some more and you actually want to tell me the truth about what happened, tell these officers I'll come back in and talk to you. But once the paperwork's done, that's the last chance you got to tell me the truth, okay? I mean, I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to tell me what happened. You know what happened. I'm done with dealing with the lies and I don't remember and I hit him once and went to bed, because you know that's not true. You know it's not true just as much as I do. All right? That video's out there. I've got it. The video shows you clearly beating the hell out of him, kicking him, putting the knife to his throat, telling him that you're going to kill him. So if you want to explain to me what happened, if you want to give me your side of the story, I'd be happy to listen to it. But you're not doing that. Okay. You're trying to tell me that it stopped after one punch, and we both know it didn't. All right. I've been respectful to you this whole time. I haven't raised my voice. I haven't gotten nasty. I haven't berated you for anything. I haven't judged you for anything.
I haven't either. I've been respectful.
But you've been respectful, but you've lied the whole time. I haven't lied once. Okay. You know what happened in that room. We're going to go do a little bit of paperwork. We'll be back in a few minutes. See if you have anything else you want to talk to us about. If you don't, that's entirely up to you. All right. If you do, if you want to come clean with what happened here and why, I'm more than willing to listen to you.
I mean, I didn't kill it, man.
you sit here and you think about what story you want to go to a jury, okay? Because that's what's going to make a difference here.
The evidence is
the story we're going to tell now, or the story you're going to tell us is the truth, okay? That's up to you. So you think about that for a while.
We'll be back.
Despite being backed into a corner, Timothy refuses to break. The timeline of events, CCTV footage, blood evidence, everything is laid bare. But he clings to his narrative with unnerving calm. This isn't just a legal strategy, it's psychological. Timothy didn't just commit a brutal crime. He orchestrated it with chilling precision and recorded it frame by frame as if preserving a trophy. There's a twisted sense of pride in his restraint, a sadistic need to relive the power he held over his victim. And the detectives see it now. This isn't a man simply trying to avoid prison. This is a man who enjoyed what he did, who thinks the camera somehow absolves him by turning horror into a spectacle. Recognizing his warped sense of control, the detectives pivot. They know there's no remorse here, only ego. And so, they deliver a final ultimatum. Speak now, or let the evidence speak louder than he ever could. What followed wasn't a confession. It was something far more revealing. A quiet confirmation that the detectives had been right all along. Timothy doesn't deny the horror because he fears the consequences. He denies it because the denial itself gives him control. He never confesses, not because he's innocent, but because clinging to the lie keeps him in charge. For Timothy, it's not about guilt. It's about domination, which also reflects on the way he chose to torture Drew.
All right, man. You got anything else you want to talk to me about?
I just think this is really absurd, and just I can't believe you guys think I killed someone.
It's not that I think, it's what I can show. Okay, I've got video, I've got the body, I've got all the video from the hotel. Dude, I've got an overwhelming amount of evidence. That's why I wanted to give you the chance to tell me what happened in that room.
Like, can I see it?
No, you can't see it. You can see it at the trial. I've got plenty of evidence. I've got video. I've got DNA. I've got blood. I've got video of you walking in with him and walking back out without him.
I didn't kill no one, man.
He's dead. You were the last one. You were the only one in the room, and I got a video of you beating him to death.
What video of me beating him?
The Snapchat story that you put up. Dude, I got all that. That's why I wanted to give you this opportunity.
Snapchat video?
Uh-huh.
I didn't kill no one, bro.
Okay, well, that's something that they're going to have to decide. The jury's going to have to decide on, because I think you did.
You think I killed that man?
Mm-hmm. I do.
And
I don't take that lightly. I don't just go out and say, you know what, I've got this one little scrap of evidence, I'm going to charge somebody with murder. I don't do that until I've got a bunch of evidence. And I do. I've got more than I normally have. Okay, that was the whole reason that I came in here and sat down and talked to you, to find out why this occurred. You can say whatever you want. I'm going to tell you what I have, what I know, and what I believe. And the reason that I believe that is because I have the evidence to support it.
I didn't kill that man, bro. For real.
You did more than hit him once in the head and go to sleep.
I didn't kill no one, bro.
He's dead. I've got video of you beating him.
I'm not a killing type of guy.
That's why I asked you if things got out of hand, and it went south.
I'm more of a lover than a fighter.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got anything else that you want to add to this?
Even after the ultimatum, Timothy sticks to his story, clinging to denial. When the detective returns, Timothy asks to see the so-called video, convinced it's all a bluff. It's a desperate move, one that stinks of false evidence. And then, with unsettling irony, Timothy claims he's a lover, not a fighter. Bold words from a man linked to one of the most brutal murders imaginable. At this point, with numerous chances given to him to come clean, his lies aren't just frustrating, they're downright offensive. What he fails to realize was the evidence was enough to charge him with the murder, and there was no way out of it. 3 years after the brutal murder of Drew Mendelbaum, Timothy Kendrick faced trial in June 2024. He was charged with aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse.
All these are the same clothes you went there when you killed her?
Yes. No, I didn't kill my mom.
I already know that you're the one that went there, okay? I need you to help me understand why you did this to your mom.
The man you just saw killed his own mother, and this is how the detectives found her body. After killing his mother, he foolishly got caught leaving the scene on CCTV footage. And this is how he left his mother behind in a pool of her own blood.
Oh, wait, no. There's a lot of blood. Yeah. Can't really tell for slice marks.
On October 25th, 2018, Athena Valentini, who was a nurse in the San Luis Obispo County Prison in California, did not show up for work. This resulted in her colleagues triggering protocol to check on her. The first worry most had when a staff member did not attend work at the prison without prior notice was that they had been brutally attacked by a runaway inmate.
My first reaction was it was an inmate.
But little did they know that in this case, the culprit was closer to home.
She's located upstairs. There's a lot of pills around her, but she's doubled over, and I can't tell if it's slice marks, but there's a lot of congealed blood. She's like in a prone position. Well, a curled fetal position upstairs.
Grover Beach Police.
Hi, yes, this is Officer Cook.
Hi there.
Hi, I called a little bit ago, informed somebody that we're going to be doing a welfare check on one of our
yes, sir.
Employees. Want to see if you can send a unit down here. based on the information that we have, there may be an issue as a resident. We have to have a unit come here. Her vehicle's here. She only has one vehicle. The vehicle's here. And from a neighbor's description of her daily routine, it's not normal.
For a check on a registered nurse that never showed up for work this morning.
Oh.
So get here. We know she only has one vehicle registered to her from our information.
Mm-hmm.
She's not answering the door. We spoke with a neighbor. She said the last time she saw her was 2 days ago, but she did hear her yesterday speaking Hungarian. She is Hungarian, and that's all she knows. She said that she has a regular routine. She locks the gate. She's got a small gate out front.
Okay.
Locks it with a padlock. Has a dog that she leaves out front.
Okay.
The padlock's not there. It's unsecure. There is no dog. She said that her son lives in the area. We tried contacting him. No answer.
But what Athena's neighbors said shocked the detectives and gave them a whole new angle to pursue in this case.
Hello, Sergeant Ravina, Grove Beach PD. I'm trying to get a little more information on your neighbor here at the first department. When's the last time you've seen her and talked to her?
It was probably 2 days ago, and I think I heard her either last night or the night before.
You heard her?
Yeah, she was talking to someone in Hungary, and I think it was her son.
Oh, on a phone or something like that?
No, in person.
Okay.
Hi. Hello, are you Lazar? Or Mr. Lazar?
Yeah, Leventi Lazar.
Okay, is Miss Valentini your mother?
Yes.
Can I step in and speak to you, please?
My girlfriend lives here, but sure.
Is it, you live here with her, though?
Yeah, she's here and a dog.
Okay, would you mind if I come in?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Come on.
Man, thank you. Oh, puppy. He's okay. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. I was contacted this afternoon by the St. Louis Obispo County Sheriff's Department or District Attorney's Office. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Your mother's passed away. Very, very sorry for that, obviously.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't really give me any details. They just asked that we come and make a notification to you.
Okay.
And then have you get in touch with them.
Do you have a phone number?
I do. I have a phone number for you. I have it written down already. It's Casey Neal. And that's his telephone number.
And you don't have any other details?
No. No, he'll be able to give you any kind of details or whatever. And that's general practice. They don't really tell us a whole lot when it's, especially when it's out of state. They just ask us to come and make notification.
Okay.
So, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much for the house call, though.
Obviously, that's a very hard thing to have to deal with. So.
When the officer was notifying Levente of his mother's death, we see through his body cam footage that Levente owned a Jeep Patriot. This was the very same car that was spotted in front of Athena's home on the fateful night. And this is the CCTV footage that linked Levente directly to the crime scene. This figure strongly resembling Levente was noticed near Athena's home on the day of the murder and was seen leaving with Athena's dog later. An even more incriminating aspect of this footage was the fact that Athena's dog was following this man without a leash. According to neighbors, the dog was only friendly with people it had known for a long time. This made detectives stop looking for a stranger and made them even more suspicious of Levente. Another piece of evidence was Levente's car. Not only was it seen right in front of Athena's home on the day of the murder, but when tracked through its license plate number, it showed that Levente had traveled all the way from Bloomington to California just for this. His car was spotted in many places along the route, providing detectives with a clear map and a timeline of his travels. And finally, Levente's phone, or rather his burner phone, which he had seemingly bought just for this, was the final piece of crucial evidence. When checking Athena's call logs, detectives noticed that Athena had gotten multiple calls from an unknown number, and to leave no leaf unturned, they looked into it. This number was traced to a man called Jacob Keith in Cincinnati, Ohio. Detectives investigated and found out that it was purchased at a Best Buy in Bloomington, Indiana, just a few miles away from Levente's department. Detective Casey Neal, the lead investigator, requested the Bloomington police to retrieve the CCTV footage of the time of the purchase. And to everyone's shock, it was Levente again. What was almost misinterpreted as a coincidence was now confirmed. Levente was the only possible suspect. He had used a fake name to buy the burner phone, hoping it would not be traced back to him. Police looked into all the cell towers that this burner phone came in contact with, and it was found that on October 24th, it had been near Athena's residence until 11 o'clock. This was the same time around which the man captured in the CCTV footage could be seen leaving. It was also later found that after the murder, this burner phone was mirroring the movement of Athena's phone. This meant that he had probably taken her phone along with him after the crime. The fact that he bought the phone in advance showed that the crime was clearly premeditated. All these pieces put together painted a horrible picture of a son killing his own mother. An immigrant mother who had dedicated her life to this very son. Detective Casey Neal begins the interrogation casually, not revealing just yet why they've brought Levente in. Levente is also fairly confident that his involvement in his mother's murder will not be discovered and subjected to punishment as long as he sticks to the story.
I think the case was settled in 2009. There was kind of a stipend laid out for me. So between 2010 and 2013, I would receive about $15,000 a year.
Okay.
So I didn't have to work when I was in college, basically. I was very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2017, I received $90,000. And I paid off most of my student debt there. I put most of it in my savings, opened up an IRA account, started trading, kind of looking long term. And then I have another one final payment of $200,000, not exactly $200,000, it's $200,000 and change, in 2022 when I'm 30. Not when I'm 30, but July 5th, 2022, so after my birthday.
Uh-huh.
I think very much into the future. I have a 3, 5, 7, and 10-year plan. And it's not really something that I execute, like bullet point down, but it's just a general idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a direction.
So another thing, so you told me you and your mom have identical cars?
Correct.
Okay.
The vehicle is just around here.
Oh, your vehicle?
My vehicle,
okay.
Yes.
So it's a white Jeep Patriot?
Correct.
Okay.
2013, I think.
Levente seems to talk a lot for someone who has just found out that his mother's dead. He does not speak of her.
Yeah.
Okay. I was able to get records for all of your recent people that have called your mom.
Okay.
And so your number was one of them on the 22nd.
Yeah.
So they came back with those records when I asked from AT&T.
Okay.
And so they showed your phone going to Springfield, Missouri, on the 23rd, I believe. 22nd, 23rd. Can you help me explain that?
Not Missouri. I went to Mount Vernon in Missouri. But that was, I'm sorry, in Illinois.
I thought that was Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, but that's as far as I went. I didn't go to Missouri that day.
Huh.
Or that week.
Really?
Missouri was the earliest time I was in Missouri was in June.
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the only phone you have?
That's the only phone I had. I had this in January of last year.
Huh.
No,
It's just strange. I mean, so basically when our phones travel, they talk to cell phone towers.
Correct.
Right. So you're a smart guy. You probably know better than me. Every time they connect to a tower, it shows the tower's location.
Yeah.
Your phone has to be within close proximity of those towers.
Right.
So the fact that your phone shows going, from your house basically to the Springfield, Missouri.
I understand.
On the 22nd and 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not in Missouri last month. June was the last month I was in Missouri.
Huh.
Late June.
And the other curious thing is, so on the 25th, your phone is showing up in Texas. And it tracks all the way back to your house from Texas.
I was not in Texas. Last time I was in Texas was when I moved out here.
Oh.
That was 2015 because I drove here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I looked at your phone records, what I did was I looked at the other callers that called your mom, okay? And I found another Cincinnati, Ohio number that looks like it was traveling with your phone to your mom's house. And
I don't have another phone either.
yeah, well, so when I looked at that and I put the two records together,
Oh, I understand.
I have a map from your house to your
Texas.
mom's house.
Oh, to my mom's house.
Correct.
Okay.
With those two phones. It maps directly from your house on the 22nd to your mom's house on the 24th.
I can promise you, I was not.
Okay.
I was not in California.
Okay, listen to me.
January.
Listen to me for a sec here. So, when I looked at that,
yes,
I checked. There's other systems that we can check that they have what's called a license plate reader.
Okay.
Okay. And when a license plate gets scanned on that as you're driving down the road, it takes a picture of your car. Okay. And the picture it took in Texas and in Arizona and California is a picture of your car.
I was not in California this year. Except in January.
Okay. Listen to me, Linda.
I'm listening.
Okay. All those records clearly show it was your Jeep. Okay. There's video surveillance cameras on your mom's apartment. Did you know that?
I did not.
The video surveillance cameras show you going into your mom's apartment when she was murdered. Okay. So what I'm here to do today to talk to you is about, I already know that you're the one that went there. Okay. I need you to help me understand why you did this to your mom.
I didn't do anything to my mom.
Levente, it's clear to me. There's clear as day, unfortunately. You went and bought that phone at Best Buy. You're on video there buying that phone, the Cricket wireless phone that you used during this trip. I have you on video there. I have your video on your mom's house. I have video afterwards with Athena leaving. Okay?
Casey,
you have to accept we're past that part. Okay. I know it's tough. This is something that's been hard to talk about, but
no, there's nothing hard to talk about. It's the fact that I didn't.
Explain to me why you killed your mom.
Okay, there was.
I watch you go in and out of the house. I watch you. Your mom actually had a video surveillance in her house because she was worried about the transients.
Okay.
Okay. I watched you do it. Okay.
What do you mean you watched me do it? I didn't do anything. Casey.
Help me explain why.
Why? Why what?
What happened that day? What happened in your life around that time where you decided
nothing?
I have to do this.
Nothing.
Was it a spur of the moment? So your mom, you called her that day several times, and she actually told her friends about it and left voicemails about talking to you.
Yeah.
On the 24th.
Yeah, I spoke to her.
You told me earlier that you didn't. It was on the 22nd. No, but you called her from the phone that you bought at Best Buy.
I didn't. I only have one phone. I only have one phone, Casey.
Did you not buy a phone at Best Buy?
No. I did not.
Do you want me to show you the video of it?
I didn't.
Do you want me to show you the video of it?
Sure.
Okay. Do you not believe I have this?
Casey.
I'm just.
Look, I understand you're looking for motive.
No.
There is absolutely no reason for me to hurt my mom. Okay. This December, I was talking to her about meeting Hannah's parents.
Okay.
I asked my mom for her engagement ring so I can use it as a promise ring for Hannah. There was nothing.
Did you find the ring there?
I don't have a ring. I absolutely do not have a ring. I'm not going to hurt my mom for a little gold ring.
I know, there was more to it.
Okay.
Okay.
That was it. What
you have to, why did this happen? Why did you hurt your mom? Did you understand how this technology works?
I understand.
Do you understand that?
It communicates. There are cell towers, like, let's say every 25 miles away, and every time you move from one zone to another zone to another zone, it kind of follows the cell tower or nearby cell tower. I understand that.
Okay.
But, like, for example, I don't know why it said Texas. I haven't been to Texas since I first moved out here, which was 2015, because I drove through it. That's it.
You didn't buy a phone at Best Buy?
I'm saying I didn't hurt my mom.
You're saying
I didn't buy a cell phone
at Best Buy. And I know that your phone starts at your house here in Indiana.
And that there's a Cricket phone.
And you I have video watching you. I looked at you yesterday, watched all the video of you going in and buying this phone. Okay. On the 22nd, you walk out and you get in your Jeep in the parking lot. You sit in your Jeep for about 20 minutes. You activate the phone. It all shows clear as day and matches exactly with the records that I have for that phone and your phone. Your phone and that phone are together in all these towers until you shut it off on the way there.
Yes.
In Springfield or around Springfield, Missouri. You made mistakes. You called your own phone to check your voicemail on your way back from this phone you bought at Best Buy. Okay. That phone travels with your phone in your Jeep. There's pictures taking you along the whole way right to your mom's house. Yes. There's video surveillance of you in multiple places right at your mom's house. Okay, so tell me you're telling me that you're here, but that's complete contradiction to everything that I know. So help me understand why this happened. I already know that you hurt your mom that day. Was there an argument?
No, because I did not hurt my mom. I did not.
Did you buy the phone at Best Buy?
The Cricket?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay, why did you buy that phone?
Personal reasons.
Like what?
Personal reasons.
Can you explain that to me?
No, because it has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with my mom or...
Well, you called your mom from it.
I did.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke to her for like an hour.
Yeah. What did you guys talk about?
Many different things. The promised ring, my mom's job, the doctor's visit, talked about Joseph. That was it.
Why did you have to buy that phone for those conversations?
Personal reasons. I also made other calls.
Okay, to who on that phone?
To other people that are not at all related to this.
Okay.
And
what about Hannah?
I've called Hannah on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've called Joseph on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Hannah go with you to California?
No.
Did Joseph go with you to your mom's?
No.
Okay. Did anyone else go with you to your mom's?
No, because I didn't go to my mom's.
Okay. Where's that phone now?
I threw it away.
Where did you throw it away?
In my trash.
Where?
Where I live.
Where you live?
Yes.
Okay. And what day did you throw that phone away?
Last week.
And what kind of phone was it?
Flip phone.
Flip phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you buy that?
At Best Buy.
What'd you pay with?
Cash.
Okay. Do you remember how much you spent, roughly?
$25, 30.
Okay.
On the morning after the murder, before the detectives conducted the welfare check for Athena, Levente's iPad had been connected to the Wi-Fi of a nearby McDonald's, and there had been a number of incriminating searches. Searches like Levente Lazar murder, Grover Beach, Levente Lazar suspect, Grover Beach, and murder Grover Beach on 9th Street. These searches were made between 11:04 to 11:06 a.m., even before Athena's body was found. No jury would find him innocent after this.
What do you owe money to the IRS for?
Pardon?
What do you owe money to the IRS for?
When I got stipends from Paul in 2010 to 2015, the attorneys informed me that they were tax-free, but they were not. I'm not going to use my fingerprints on there and start comparing.
What other information is there on your cell phone that we have that's going to be helpful to explain anything?
Nothing. Nothing that I can think of.
Okay.
Nothing for you, nothing for me. Like in my defense, and nothing that could incriminate me. In neither of those things.
Okay.
You've already made a stance of where you are with this whole thing. That I'm a cold-blooded killer, or you're trying to narrow down like why I did this. But I didn't do any of those things. I did not hurt my mom. I'm not a killer. I've never done anything like that before, ever. Okay? Nothing. And you know what? I'm not going to start dragging other people into this. I'm not. Because already, what I'm imagining right now is that you already have a bunch of cops at my girlfriend's and my house going through our shit. And she's going to come home after a long day of work. She wants to play with the pups. And guess what? She's going to come home to that. Okay? And she doesn't deserve that. She doesn't. That's why I've been so forthcoming with the whole thing. No, I don't have that. I don't have that. Because it's this. No, it's not this. I don't have that. I just have the property titles.
That's at your house.
I only have the property titles.
You're saying
I don't have any will or testament. I don't have that.
that's at your house.
I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm telling you right now, I don't have it.
They told me they just found this in your
I don't have that. I really do not have that. I only have property titles. Are you ever going to show me that picture or that video of me walking into my mom's house?
Is that what it would take for you to tell me the truth?
I'm curious because
would you tell me the truth if I showed you
well,
that?
you've mentioned.
Would you tell me the truth?
You've mentioned a lot of evidence, but you've never shown me anything except the Google,
Would you tell me the truth if I showed it to you? I mean, is that what it takes?
Is this a psychiatry thing going back and forth with questions? I'm asking you, are you ever going to show it? It's either yes or no. It's not a question back. That's what I'm asking.
What if I showed it to you?
Same thing.
What would you say?
You just showed.
What would you say?
Oh, well, I gotta see it. I don't know. I have to.
Why would you have to see it? You know.
Because no, I don't. Because you're telling me this. You're telling me you have so much evidence of this and that, but you haven't shown me anything except the map and the cell phone. I didn't go to my mom's house. Prove it to me. Just please prove it to me. Because
and then what?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean?
Then you would tell me what happened?
This is a psychology thing.
It's not.
Or this is like a psychology meeting where you ask one question and then psychiatrist or psychologist ask a question back, and it just goes question. Nothing gets done.
Let me go see if your phone's done.
I'm just asking.
Levente's interrogation began with him talking about how well he was doing financially. But when the detectives looked into his books, it turned out that he had lost about $49,000 in the stock market. Additionally, he still owed $70,000 in student loans. He also owed the IRS roughly $12,000. From this, they deduced that the motive was financial, and Levente had just wanted the insurance and funds that his mother Athena was leaving behind for her son, not knowing what he would do to her for the money. In the end, Levente Lazar was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the premeditated murder of his mother done for financial gains. Before we go, we'd like to pay our respects to Athena Valentini, who was a loving friend, kind person, and gentle soul. She was a strong and independent immigrant mother who loved her son a lot, no matter what he did to her in the end. And we hope that Athena's dog, who was never seen again, is safe and happy, and somewhere has found a home which shelters and loves him as much as Athena did.
In your 50 years of living, 6 dead bodies are very, very significant. It's the most significant thing that has ever happened to you in your life.
The man being interrogated here is Anthony Sowell. What began as a horrifying discovery of 6 bodies was only the beginning. As detectives delved deeper into the case, they would soon uncover a total of 11 bodies in his house of horrors, cementing his place in history as one of the most barbaric serial killers in America's history.
Did you have anything to choke them with, or was it just your bare hands?
I think that's my hand on that shit.
You say you're punishing her?
Punisher.
Punisher. That's what the dream say, Punisher?
Yeah.
What else?
The dream telling you to hurt her?
Yes. I think choke.
The dream told you to choke her?
Yes.
Anthony's confessions barely scratched the surface of the horrors his victims had endured. Fortunately, a few survived to share their harrowing stories.
He proceeded to me over and over and over. He just started strangling me. He said, "Bitch, stop screaming. You finna die." And I'm grabbing at his face, clawing at his face, clawing at his eyes. He's strangling me.
What could drive a man to such monstrosity? How was he able to hide 11 bodies for over 2 years without being detected? And perhaps even more troubling, can the police be held accountable for the delay in bringing him to justice? But most importantly, could there be any more victims? The answers to these questions left even the detectives horrified.
She fell out the window upstairs on the second floor. Okay. She laying on the ground, but her neck.
On October 20th, 2009, Sean Morris leaped from the second-story window of 12205 Imperial Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio, escaping the grasp of 50-year-old Anthony to save her life. Just a month earlier, on September 22nd, LaTundra Billups too had managed to escape and bravely reported her ordeal. Yet over a month passed before an action was taken. On October 29th, Special Victims Unit detectives finally secured a search warrant for Anthony's home. Inside, they discovered 2 decomposing bodies. Just 2 days later, on October 31st, Anthony was arrested and brought in for questioning. The reign of terror that had once seemed unstoppable finally ended.
You understand what you're here for? Okay. And you understand where you are? You're in the Police Department Justice Center? Okay. Now, this is my partner, Detective Griffin. I'm Detective Smith with the Homicide Unit.
Who was that? Oh,
that was the crime.
Okay.
So I know we're bombarding you, and there's a lot of people coming at you and got you on edge, and I just want you to relax here, you know, and just have a conversation with us. Okay, you think you can handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see you're a smoker. We got some smokes for you.
Everybody been cool as up to people.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, that's how life is. Some people are going to be good to you, and some people are going to be cool to you.
They got them out here, so it don't matter.
We're not pressing you against the wall. We're not going to accuse you of anything. You obviously know everything that we already know also. Okay. But I appeal to you, and I like to appeal to you, you know, to the better side, to the good side of Anthony. And you obviously know, you've seen the news in the last couple of days, or you've just been walking around. Family, have you talked to your family members lately? No, nobody? Okay.
Just been walking around?
So we know you hadn't come back to the house, and I was just curious to why you hadn't come back to the house.
My house?
Yeah.
I'm hardly there.
Okay.
Okay. You ain't taking any medication? Any medication you got to have every day.
What is your medication for?
Heart.
Okay.
Heart medication.
What type of heart condition do you have?
I got a pacemaker.
Oh, you do? When did you get that?
2007.
2007.
Hey man, when did you come out of the service? I see you Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Hey, you did a re-enlistment or one term? When you come out?
85.
85. My hat's off to you, man.
In 1985, Anthony returned to Cleveland after being discharged from the Marines. 4 years later, in 1989, he lured a woman named Melvette Sockwell to his home, where he raped and tortured her. At the time of the attack, Melvette was 3 months pregnant. Although he was arrested for the assault, a plea bargain reduced the charge to attempted rape, resulting in a 15-year prison sentence. Anthony was released in 2005 as a registered sex offender, but shockingly, his DNA was never entered into the system. The detectives carefully ease into their questioning, working to build rapport with Anthony in hopes of gaining his trust, ultimately leading him to reveal everything they need.
We're not here to judge you, man. Okay? We don't judge nobody. Okay?
We don't know what happened. We don't know the reason why it happened. There's any number of reasons. You can explain to us if you choose to tell us about any things that you had, any problems you have, difficulties, or your reason. We'll be willing to sit and listen to it. We're not going to try to pass judgment on whatever you've done or why you've done it. If you feel the need to talk to us about it, then we'll listen, obviously, you know.
And a lot of times it make you feel
absolutely. And I'm sure it's important to you that what people feel about you or think about you, you know.
I know what they're going to think.
Well, you know, but you can do something about that also. You can change the thoughts of a lot of people. You know, they may look at you in one manner and think that, oh man, how awful this guy.
Some people did.
Yeah, well, some people are going to do that.
Other people that told
you.
things I've done.
Yeah,
They actually mentioned us. So I was like, I know he was telling the truth.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get some people that's gonna, irregardless of what you do or say, they're gonna think one way, and then you're gonna get some people that are gonna say, well, you know, maybe this guy has some problems. We need to look at it and sit down and talk to him and try to understand what was he going through. Okay, but our issue is, you know, if you choose to do so, you know, explain to us. Well, this is my concern because we don't know who those people are, and we would like to get some kind of clarification on who they may be, because there are people that are waiting to hear from us because they want to try to identify their loved ones. Right. Now that's a good thing that you could do, is try to identify.
I just help. Like I told him, I don't even remember meeting them, names or anything.
After his release from prison in 2005, Anthony Sowell assaulted and murdered 11 women between 2007 and 2009, leaving a trail of devastation that would forever haunt their families and the city of Cleveland. Desperate for answers, detectives sought to reach whatever humanity remained in Anthony, emphasizing that identifying his victims was the only way to bring closure to their grieving loved ones.
What about the basement of the house? You know how your basement is made, you go down and do the work. Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. There was a body.
What can you remember about it? Was it a female? Can you remember that?
Investigators turned their focus to Anthony's personal life. His girlfriend ended their relationship in 2008, a breakup that seemed to mark a turning point in his behavior. Detectives speculated that this heartbreak may have pushed him over the edge, transforming him into the monster he would become. Determined to uncover the truth, they pressed further into this critical detail. But even more disturbing discoveries were yet to surface.
Now, after she left, after you all broke up, that's when all these things start happening to you and people start disappearing, so to speak. Yes, okay. It was one other thing that bothered me too. Maybe you can help us out on this. There was a body outside that was found in the yard, in the rear yard. And same manner. Can you remember how that occurred? In the backyard. I was blank.
Yeah, we understand. I can account. I can understand that.
And I'll wake up and I'll be like,
what did you think about the reason why we're going to stick with this for a while is when we were out there and we were finding bodies and bringing them out, there were a parade of women, parade of guys, people, and they had, we don't have the pictures, but they had names and pictures. We're going to get the pictures and maybe later on we can bring them to you or show them to you. But they were very concerned. And we're concerned too because you're seeing a lot of people out here with this suffering and grief that they haven't seen their loved ones in a year or 6 months or whatever. So we're trying to give them some satisfaction. So, and I know you saying you blanked out and you got a limited recall as to who, whom, or what. But as difficult as it is, try to describe something.
The detectives turned their attention to an unsettling question. How had the smell of the decomposing bodies gone unnoticed? The foul odor had been a persistent issue on Imperial Avenue, prompting visits from health inspectors. However, the blame was placed on Ray's Sausage, a business next to Anthony's home. The company spent nearly $200,000 upgrading its ventilation system to resolve the problem. Yet the horrific stench of rotting flesh continued to haunt the neighborhood. However, the horrifying truth about Anthony's victims and the unimaginable suffering they endured in their final moments was about to be revealed.
It
Go ahead, Nick. All right, go ahead. You don't look. I'm gonna ask you some questions. You don't ring any bell. Go ahead, Nick. Let's go back to what we was talking about. Now, you said with the girlfriend that, and you would meet these females, and they would come to the house, and sometimes things would happen, sometimes things would not. Sometimes bad things would happen, sometimes good things would happen. Now, we found more than one body in the house. And I asked you about how many bodies do you think could possibly be in that house? And you said you didn't know. Then I asked you about how many bodies could be outside the house. And you said you didn't know, and then you mentioned 10.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just giving you a number. I don't know.
Okay.
No more than.
No more than.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about everything.
No more. It might even be close to 10. I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about like inside the house.
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's the best I can say.
What would make you say the number 10 though? Just
I don't know if it's something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you at this point in time thinking about the locations and where they were?
Just from what I've been told.
What you've been told?
Well, let's go some more with the truth. We're going to tell you where they were when we found them. In some of the situations, obviously, that we talked about 2 buried bodies, one in the backyard and one in the basement stairs. So you had to dig the shovels. Bodies you had to dig deep enough and throw enough dirt.
The detectives also shared their harrowing accounts of the day they entered the House of Horrors, a scene of unimaginable dread that would haunt them forever.
There was a mound of dirt that was found in the basement behind the stairwell, which was unusual. And this dirt, I went down and I looked at it, and the dirt was on top of the concrete floor. You think maybe it's another body there or whatever.
The mere sight of the house evoked unspeakable horror. With every discovery inside, the detective's sense of dread deepened as the true extent of the nightmare began to unfold.
2 bodies the first day, a third body in back of the stairwell, a red bucket about maybe a foot high, was a skull. Yeah. Everywhere you stepped on rat feces, flies were hanging from the ceiling, and the stench. You had decomposed substances that came from the body. You found the other body in the bag, 2 or 3 feet away from another body, and then to find an additional body in the crawl space with the same type of dirt that was in the basement. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies upstairs, 1 and a skull in the basement. Now you can imagine what your mind is thinking. So where else?
Yeah.
And that's what prompted us to look throughout the house.
Oh, so many dreams.
So many dreams?
Mm-hmm. Every night.
Every night you have a dream? Can you tell us about one of the dreams?
Got all of those numbers?
That you heard something? Each of these dreams you heard somebody?
In your dreams, how did you heard them? Tell us how you heard them.
You don't know how you heard them? Did the dreams say that you shot them? Did the dreams say that you stabbed them? Did the dreams say that you beat them up? Did the dreams say that you choked them with your hands? Okay. So you manually did it with your hands. So you heard them with your hands. Okay. Would those dreams say that you punched them with a fist? Would those dreams say that you choked them with the hands? You choked them with the hands? That's what these dreams would say? Okay. And each of these dreams were the same as far as you using your hands? No weapons. No weapons whatsoever? No knives, no guns, but it's just with your hands.
No, we found a lot of knives upstairs from those bodies. So you're telling us that you did nothing with them? No knives, no nothing yet.
That wasn't your style. There's a lot of knives. Yeah. Now, see, Tony.
Sharp knife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know you're concerned about what's going to happen with you as time goes on. I know you want to just, what do you expect is going to happen?
I'm just circus. So we what? I'm just circus.
No, it's not going to be. We don't want this to be no circus. That's why he and I are here.
Anthony described his heinous acts as nothing more than vivid dreams, a possible facade meant to suggest memory loss or insanity, a trait commonly found among narcissists and psychopaths. Detectives, however, shifted their focus to the striking similarities among his victims, hoping these patterns could reveal more about his motives and methods.
You're not sure, but you know your hands were involved in doing that. And it wasn't choking. It wasn't no slapping or hitting or stabbing or shooting. It was actually choking. Okay. And these... No baseball bats. No baseball, no objects used. But they were females. Yes. All black females. Yes. No designated age or what have you, just all ages. Nobody young. Nobody young. When you say young, Tom, what do you mean? Under the age of what?
I'll say 20.
Under 20?
Well, that's young, but I'm talking about no kids, not like that.
Yeah, no children. No. All adults. Would they be young as far as 20? 24, 25? Would it be young stuff like that? Me and you about the same age.
I don't think so.
So it would be like 30 and up?
Yeah.
Okay. And mostly street walkers out of the street, drug users? Okay.
Anthony preyed on the most vulnerable victims, women struggling with addiction, homelessness, or difficult circumstances, making them easy targets for his horrific crimes. He fits the profile of a disorganized serial killer, someone who acts on impulse rather than meticulously planning their crimes.
I know this ain't easy.
I don't remember using.
But you gotta understand, this ain't easy for me either.
Okay, I don't remember using, but maybe I did. Maybe. But I'm just saying, nobody was.
What do you?
All of us strangled.
From what I told you, to throw into your memory bank that she was strangled with something around her neck. What do you think you would have strangled her with, Tom? See, you gotta make this right.
What you
gotta make this right. It's okay, but you. I don't know. In my mind, in my heart, I don't know what's in your mind and in your heart, but you gotta make this right. In my mind, in my heart, that's what you do. It's gotta be right. It's gotta be right before we finish this up.
You can't make nothing happen that if
I know what you're saying, but
see, every time I get it, you think like I can just, and everything is so, it's not clear like that.
Why isn't it?
I don't know.
You remember why you got demoted in the military?
That was
that was long ago, Tone. That was a whole lot long ago.
But I wasn't dreaming about no military. I lived the military.
You lived this.
I know, but it's different.
You lived this.
It's different, man.
Yeah, it's the most significant thing that has ever happened to you in your life. In your 50 years of living, 6 dead bodies are very, very significant. They are like concrete, like glue. They're stuck. They're not going nowhere for the rest of your life. You know they're going to be there forever.
Anthony falls into the profile of a power or control motivated serial killer. Unlike hedonistic killers, his crimes weren't driven by lust, but by a need to dominate his victims completely. And as the voices in his head commanded him to punish and control, his reign of terror only grew darker.
You guys lay up in the bed together, y'all go to sleep. She's there when you go to sleep?
Yeah.
She's there when you go to sleep?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Is she laying next to you in the bed when you go to sleep? Tony.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you woke up and she was gone?
Yeah. I have dreams about it. You had dreams about it?
What are your dreams telling you? Tell us exactly everything your dreams are saying. Huh?
Punishing them? Yeah. You say you're punishing her?
Punisher.
Punisher. That's what the dream say, Punisher?
Yeah.
What else? That's it?
Solid.
That's all you dream?
That's solid. That's all I
What, is this somebody talking to you saying Punisher, or you dream the word Punisher? Who talking to you saying Punisher?
I don't say.
You don't want to say? I thought you wanted to help us.
That has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does. Now you don't want to tell us anything.
That has nothing to do with.
What does it have to do with, Tom? Now you just told me 5 minutes ago you want to help us.
I'm helping you try to identify.
No, you're not.
What type of punishment is the voice saying to do to her? What is the voice telling you to do to her in your dream? Is it telling you to slap her around? No. Is it telling you to kick her out the house? No. What is the dream telling you to do to her? The dream telling you to hurt her?
Yes. And choke.
The dream told you to choke her?
Yes. Yes.
So in the dream, did you choke her?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the dream told you to choke her and you choked her, that damn dream is over when you start hauling that damn dirt up there, putting it on the damn body.
The detectives grew increasingly frustrated with the lack of progress in the case. It wasn't until much later that the full, horrifying details of Anthony's crimes finally came to light.
What we determined was that he would start out having oral sex with them, and then he would have with them after that, and then he would sodomize them after that. That was his MO. During that is when the ligature would come out. That's when his deviant nature became extreme.
He knew how to get next to them. He knew how to make them feel comfortable. And he knew at what time to approach them. That was his technique.
Can you imagine that you are being invited somewhere to a person that's friendly and being friendly to you, and you get inside and they close the door and all of a sudden they become something that you've never experienced and been exposed to? I mean, the complete terror of it, and you have nowhere to go. You're stuck. He went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
This is probably one of the most horrific cases ever.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
In
said.
America,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, that's a fact. This was a man possessed with 2 evils. He raped them and killed them. 11 of them.
But y'all keep hearing this over and over, and y'all not listening to me.
Yeah, we
heard you, Tom. Man, I do not know. I'm trying to remember all the clothes, everything. Oh my goodness.
We heard you tell us you can't remember nothing about these 6 females.
It's like it's all running to.
It ain't running nothing.
Okay.
Here I ask you, I say, well, how did you kill number 1? I don't know. How did you kill number 2?
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
I don't even
How did
actually
you kill number 3?
I don't even remember actually killing
How did
nobody.
you kill number 4? I don't know. How did the dirt get up in your house on the 3rd floor in the crawl space above a body, on the body? I don't know. How did the dirt get downstairs in the basement underneath the 7-step stairwell on top of a body? I don't know. How did the body get dug up out of your backyard? I don't know. What kind of shit is that?
All you know now is trying to save your damn ass.
Save my ass. How can I save my ass? My life is over with.
Well, then tell us about these girls.
Okay.
It ended.
How did it happen?
Now you done got selfish because you don't want to tell us about these girls. That is totally unnecessary.
Then you want to tell us it's because you didn't have exchange sex and drugs. I think you're just using it as an excuse. I think it might have been more than that. I think it might have been more than that. I think you
Whatever it
just
is,
settling
man.
on that at
Give
this
us
point.
these girls, man.
Okay. Is that what it was? Or you just settling on it? Are you thinking, Tone, or are you just being hard-headed?
And I'm about being hard.
Give us these girls, man. Give us these girls.
I'm trying to help you as best I
Give
could.
us these
Y'all
girls,
just keep-
man, before the night is over. This is gonna go into another day without us getting these girls. Give us them. What's the issue about you giving us these girls? What's the major hang up about you giving us these girls?
I'm trying to. Yes, I was.
No, Tom, you never tried.
After more than 6 hours of interrogation, the detectives concluded their session without obtaining any concrete admissions. However, when the trial began in June 2011, it marked a turning point, empowering the surviving victims to step forward and testify with courage.
It was just like dark and gloomy. After he took that hit, he turned around and punched me in my face and told me to take my clothes off. He said, "Bitch, take your clothes off." And he proceeded to hit me over and over and over again. Nobody help me. Nobody help me. He just started strangling me, saying, "Bitch, stop screaming, you finna die." And I'm grabbing at his face, and clawing at his face, clawing at his eyes, strangling me. And I'm almost gone.
I've seen him in the area. If anybody know that area was a high drug rated area. I wanted to use the phone. At first he acted like he was trying to help me fix the car. I didn't panic. That was pitiful.
Today, Melvette has transformed her pain into purpose, dedicating her life to an empowerment center where she helps women break free from life on the streets.
Tundra Billups came into court and testified that on September 22, 2009, she went to the house at 12205 Imperial with the defendant to drink and get high. She testified that at that point he hit her hard on the side of her face and told her to take off her clothes. As he was penetrating her, he put an extension cord around her neck and began to squeeze it until she could not breathe.
The negligence surrounding Anthony's case became a catalyst for a deeper investigation into the Cleveland Police Department's handling of assaults and missing person reports. It was revealed that the department's Crimes and Child Abuse Unit was severely overwhelmed, with just 13 detectives tasked with managing approximately 1,400 reported cases annually. Lacking basic technology and adequate training, delays in investigations were inevitable. So many cases were closed with little to no follow-up. Compounding the issue was a staggering backlog of more than 4,000 untested assault kits, highlighting systemic failures that left countless victims without justice.
We're here to announce an 85-count indictment against Anthony Soule, who was responsible for Cleveland's most heinous crimes. A Cuyahoga County grand jury has returned an indictment against this monster for brutalizing 3 women, 2 who've been raped, and murdering 11 more. Soule preyed upon vulnerable females, luring them into his house. Once inside, he tormented them, threatened them, and assaulted them. He murdered 11 of them.
Crystal Dozier was last heard of on May 17, 2007. Deshauna Culver was last seen sometime in March. LaShonda Long disappeared in the summer of 2000. Michelle Mason went missing in October. Nancy Cobb's body was found wrapped inside 6. Janice Webb was last seen on June 20. Felicia Fortson was last seen by her daughter. Tanya Carmichael was last seen. Kim Smith. There was a ligature in the form. Melda Hunter was last seen sometime during. Diane Terman was last seen in late August, early September 2000.
Anthony pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, but after 15 hours of deliberation, the jury rejected his defense and found him guilty. Anthony was convicted on 81 charges, including aggravated murder, assault, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse.
With respect to the matter of State of Ohio versus Anthony Soule, we, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do hereby find that the aggravating circumstances which the defendant was found guilty of committing do outweigh the mitigating factors presented in this case by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. We therefore unanimously find that the sentence of death should be imposed upon the defendant, Anthony Soule.
Is there anything you want to say to families and victims?
The only thing I want to say is that I'm sorry. I know that might not sound like much, but I truly am sorry from the bottom of my heart. This is not typical of me. I don't know what happened, I can't explain it. But I know it's not a lot, but that's all I can give you.
On January 2021, Anthony was transferred to the Franklin Medical Center in Columbus due to an unspecified terminal illness. Just weeks later, on February 8, 2021, he died at the age of 61 while in prison custody, passing away before the state could carry out his execution. Anthony's actions epitomized pure evil, yet many haunting questions remain unanswered. Should he have been released back onto the streets after his initial arrest? Did his time in prison transform him into an even more dangerous predator than he already was? However, the tragic sacrifice of the 11 women was not in vain. Their story served as a wake-up call for society, leading to the indictment of over 800 assailants and sparking reforms in handling such cases.
That's your car.
How's it? Okay, so how are you just gonna tell me that's my car?
It's your car. Because your phone puts you in that exact spot that that car is at the exact time that that car is on that video.
Robert Howard, 42, was taken into custody for questioning following the disappearance of a girl, Naomi Jones, on May 31st, 2017. During the intense interrogation, the detectives confront Robert, accusing him of being involved in this heinous crime. With no trace of Naomi, everyone assumed she had simply run away from home, but her mother was certain that something tragic was behind her disappearance.
I know that Naomi would not run away from home. I done looked underneath the bed, I done looked in the closet, I've looked everywhere. I was like, well, maybe she's just hiding, planning to go sleep with you in the house. He's like, no, mama, she's not here.
This is a nightmare for her mother, but little did she know it would become a torment that would haunt her for the rest of her life. As the investigators dig deeper, unexpected twists emerge, altering the course of the case entirely. Let's explore further to uncover what horrifying fate befell that girl. As Naomi's family reported about her disappearance, it led the way for a massive search by law enforcement officials. Investigators conducted several interviews with those closest to Naomi, but couldn't find anyone who would target her. After several days of frantic research, the investigation reached a shocking conclusion. A gruesome discovery was made on June 5, 2017. Naomi's partially decomposed and unearthed body was found in a creek a few miles from her apartment by two local fishermen, Robert Rose and Justin Scott.
Well, pulled up and smelled something. I thought it was a hog. Yeah, because the color and everything, I thought somebody just skinned a hog. Well, walked back up the rail just a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hog.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go down. We knew as soon as we saw it, both started calling 911. And we both knew what we had to do and just sat right there and waited. We didn't want to move, but the initial, before we even saw what was happening, we both leaned over the rail to look at the water.
Yeah.
And caught it.
As the investigation progressed, detectives set their sights on a neighborhood resident, Robert Howard, who had skillfully mingled with the onlookers for quite a long time. However, a deeper probe and a few pieces of evidence finally brought him to the spotlight. Despite having his own home, Robert Howard lived most of the time at his girlfriend Lauren's apartment, which was close to Naomi's. The Escambia County Sheriff's deputies soon identified Robert as a person of interest and took him into custody.
A missing little girl, or not a missing little girl, she's now deceased. And you live in the apartment, or your girlfriend lives in the apartment.
Yes.
I know they went through it already, but did you work that Wednesday that Naomi went missing, the initial
Wednesday
day?
night, yes.
Earlier, before you went to work that day, where'd you wake up in the morning?
Here, Lauren.
Over at this apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
Lauren went to work. I went to the gym that morning.
What gym?
Real Time Fitness.
Where's that at?
On 9 Miles.
And what time were you there?
I'll say I was there about 9:30.
You have to use like a key card or
Yeah,
anything.
that's on my car keys. If they got those too. I mean, I didn't get anything on my car.
So you have to like
You have to
swipe.
scan yourself in. Yes.
What time did you take Lauren to work?
She drove her own car to work.
You didn't take her?
I didn't take her to work. I just went and got her on her lunch break.
Oh, okay. That's where I was confused a little bit. Okay. So she took herself to work. What does she drive?
She drives a Honda. It's like a small gray Honda. It's not a
Gray?
Ford. Yes, gray.
Gray? Okay.
It's not a Accord. It's
Civic?
yes.
Civic?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you drive?
I have a silver Altima.
Nissan Altima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Lauren drove herself to work,
Mhm.
and then you went to the gym 9 to 9:30, and then after that?
When I left the gym, came back to the apartment. Stayed at the apartment until I went to see Lauren on her lunch break. That was about 11:30.
So you got home about 10 to the apartment?
Well, I say 10 something. Like I said, when I go to the gym, I usually stay about an hour. So I'll say about 10 something, yeah.
Okay. Like 10:30?
We'll just say 10:30.
10:30? Or, I mean, I'm just...
I don't know exact time.
Yeah,
It's just,
okay.
I just say 10
So after
something.
10,
Yeah.
before 11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you went to get her for lunch?
For lunch, yes.
Okay. And
Picked her up for lunch, and we came back to the apartment.
what time did you pick her up?
11:27.
Okay. And then you came back to the apartment
Came back
for lunch?
to the apartment for
Okay.
lunch. She had to get another shirt. She works in the pharmacy, but when they work the floor or have to work up front, it's a certain pullover shirt that they have to wear. So by her working overtime, she was working up front, so she had to get that shirt. So we got that shirt. She got her something to eat. Dropped her off. Came back over. I was going to go to the Dollar General and get something, but I didn't go in because it started storming. So I just turned and went to Bruton.
Did you get out of that car at all at Dollar General? You just drove through the parking lot?
When I got ready to pull in, I didn't even pull all the way in. When I turned in, turned around right there. Like while I turned in the spot, turned around like when you pull into the Dollar General, not in front of the store, but they have another parking spot over here facing back to the street.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled over there,
Which
turned back around.
Dollar General was that?
Davis Highway.
Davis. Okay.
Like by the old academy over there?
Right up from West Florida Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Dollar General, and then where?
I came to Bruton from there.
You went straight to Bruton from Dollar General.
Yeah, I came to Bruton to going to see a friend before they went to a funeral.
Okay.
But when I made it to Bruton, they were already gone. So.
All right. So what time did you arrive in Bruton?
About 1:30ish, 1:40 maybe, somewhere in there.
What'd you do when you got there?
When she was gone, I went home to the house. Went to my house.
How long were you at your house?
Maybe about 45 minutes, maybe.
All right.
45 to an hour, maybe. I left.
Where'd you go?
Came back to Pensacola. Well, I called Jeff and told him that I needed to come back to Pensacola.
Jeff's your coworker?
Yes.
Okay.
And I told him I was coming back, and I need to get my gear because it was storming. I didn't have my boots. I didn't have my rain jacket or anything. Came back here to get that. Made it back here maybe like something to 4, right at 4-ish, maybe.
Okay. So you got back in Pensacola about 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
All right. Grabbed your raincoat,
Grabbed
boots,
my
and then
gear.
immediately back to Bruton?
Yes, when I grabbed everything, I came out the door. When I came out the door and came downstairs, that's when the little girl's mom and another older lady stopped and asked me if I had seen the little girl. And I told them, no, I just came out of the apartment. And that's when she told me her daughter was missing. And I talked with them for a few minutes, and I told her I'm not being rude, but I got to go to work. And I left.
And what time did you say you got back to the apartment?
About 2:35, 2:40, somewhere in there.
Robert calmly recounts every detail about his whereabouts on the day Naomi vanished, showing no sign of involvement in her disappearance. However, the shocking revelation he's about to unveil will turn everything upside down, leaving the detectives in a state of utter disbelief.
When I was in right after I got out of high school, me and the girl was messing around. She got pregnant, and her grandmother is like a minister or whatever, so it was more of I made her than it being consensual to the point of, because we had been doing this the whole summer. Well, I copped out because I didn't have no money to try to afford a lawyer, so I had to cop out. And I did 15 years.
How old were you?
Like 18 years old.
And how old was she?
Like 17.
Okay. What year was that?
1998.
What was the charge?
First degree.
First degree?
Yes.
And that was in Alabama?
Yes.
She was 17 years old?
Yes.
How long had y'all had a relationship?
We started messing around this summer, so, I mean, we knew each other, for years, so.
Was there another charge that you had in your history?
Yeah, it was say the same thing. It was just another girl put in. They was like basically like I did this same thing to this other girl.
You got her pregnant, or you just?
No, I didn't get her pregnant. It was just we was messing around, and she said I made her. And it's the same time that this other girl said the same thing.
And
basically, they said I did the same thing to both of them in the same night at the same time.
So you were 18. How old was this girl?
Same age.
So both.
In my paperwork, I don't know if this changed, but in my paperwork, they had like 2 different ages. Then it said it was a white female. It's not a white female. It's 2 black females, and they were the same age. I don't know if they ever changed it because they got my tattoos and
Because
everything.
I thought one of them was a younger female.
Yeah, they
said.
got a lot of my stuff messed up. They got the tattoos and everything messed up. So that, I don't know if they changed it or fixed it, but we were all like 18 years old, and there's 2 black females.
Okay.
Well, they had to be under 18, right?
Years old.
Despite confessing to his past as a sex offender and spending years behind bars, Robert seemed unbothered. But instead of clearing his name, this admission only grew suspicion among the detectives that he was somehow tied to the case. Although his girlfriend Lauren claimed to be familiar with his past, it is unclear if she's genuinely aware of the man he truly was, or has he masterfully managed to keep her in the dark.
What do you know about his past? I know that he got convicted back in the late 90s, right after high school. Do you know the details of it at all? Or what he's told you? Some details on that. That there was a girl who accused him of her and not being able to afford any kind of lawyer or anything like that. To just, he give you a privilege to come down. He was telling me about witnesses that wouldn't take his witnesses on his side, and they just listened to her, whoever that her people had for her.
Lauren seems completely unaware of Robert's true side, but her world is about to shatter as the truth emerges. Despite revealing such disturbing secrets, Robert managed to maintain a calm and composed demeanor that eventually surprised the detectives. However, there were even more devastating revelations waiting to be disclosed that no one could have predicted.
Have you ever seen her around the complex or?
See her all the time when we were in and out. Like I said, when we would come in, it would be either playing between the complexes or on her mom's back balcony, because going up the steps, you can see their balcony, or their back porch rather, from the balcony. They would always speak whenever we would come in and out. And other than that, that was about it.
She dances a lot back there, doesn't she?
I guess.
On the balcony.
Well, they be back there playing most of the time when I see them. As far as dancing, I don't know.
Yeah. I heard she does a lot of dancing. Mom says she dances on the back porch a lot.
That's what we see back there.
Was she friendly?
She always spoke. Like I said, other than that, that's pretty much all I know about her. Like I said, she would always speak. If she seen us, she would speak. Regardless if we seen her or not, she would let us know that she was there. She would speak.
I gotcha. Come over to y'all's apartment or anything?
She's never been to our apartment.
So
I've never been to Lauren's. If she has, she's been there when I wasn't there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Lauren told me one day that they missed the bus and they came and used her phone to call their mom to let her know they missed the bus. Other than that, that's all I know about them being there.
Okay.
So she's never been in Lauren's apartment other than just
Not when I
at
was
the door?
There. Not when I was there.
Okay. What about, have they ever been in your cars?
No.
Either one of your cars?
No.
Did you see that girl that Wednesday at all?
No, sir.
When was the last time you saw her?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it may have been that weekend, maybe between Friday and Sunday. Somewhere up in there, because I was off. I know it may have been like that Friday or Saturday.
So you were staying there the whole weekend?
Yeah, you just come down the weekend, yes.
Okay.
I'm allowed, with my regulations of what I can and can't do, I'm allowed to stay anywhere 3 days, no more than 3 days. So I'll stay like 2-3 days at a time. I go home for a day. I can come back for 3 more days. So that's how I usually do.
Were you in that area or over that way on Last Wednesday, the 31st?
No, sir.
Or June 1st?
No.
Okay.
Detectives relentlessly pushed Robert, certain in the fact that he was hiding a dark and crucial secret. Every statement he made only deepened their frustration and disappointment, leaving them with even more questions than before.
To go up to Bruton?
Which time? I went twice. I went to see
it had been
friend.
earlier in the day.
I went to see a friend. I left around like close to about 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
Where was it before you dropped Lauren off or after
It
you?
was after I dropped Lauren off. When I dropped Lauren off, that's where.
That's where you went
Yeah, I
before
went to see.
Bruton?
Yeah, I was going to see her.
Okay.
Now she lives in Bruton. That's why I was going to Bruton to see.
Okay. So you got into Bruton. I have down 130 to 140.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went to.
I was going to see her, but when.
What's her name again?
Yolanda Mitchell. YOLUNDRA.
What kind of girls are you into? I mean, what do you like?
Like grown women. I mean, women that's my age. I mean, I really have no preference of what size or, you know, how fat or how skinny, how tall or thin, but they're gonna be legal. You know, I don't fool with no kids. I don't mess with no teenagers, anything like that. So there's no reason it would be.
Okay. So you've never had any physical contact?
None whatsoever.
Without a hint of hesitation, Robert dives into his preferences for women, unaware of how much each comment subtly shifts the focus back to him. Despite his unwavering denials and his insistence that he had no involvement in the case, he remained blissfully unaware that the detectives had already unraveled the truths he was desperately trying to hide. The detectives were prepared to take the interrogation in a whole new direction, ready to reveal a shocking twist that would have been beyond his wildest imagination.
What if I were to tell you that your car was in the area where her body was found that night?
No, that's impossible.
Why?
I mean, because it could have been.
Why? Tell me why.
Because when I have my car, it's either at work. When I leave work, I come straight back to Johnson Avenue, Lawrence apartment.
Did anybody else have your car that night?
No one ever has my car.
So you don't know, does Lauren ever drive your car?
She has a few times, but it's been a little while since she drove my car.
Okay. You don't ever loan your car out?
No.
Okay. What if I were to tell you that your car was in the area where her body was found that night?
No, that's impossible.
Why?
I mean, because it could have been.
Why? Tell me why.
Because when I have my car, it's either at work. When I leave work, I come straight back to Johnson Avenue, Lawrence apartment.
Did anybody else have your car that night?
No one ever has my car.
So you don't know, does Lauren ever drive your car?
She has a few times, but it's been a little while since she drove my car.
Okay. You don't ever loan your car out?
No.
Okay. Your apartment is the time she goes missing.
But the thing about that is, when I drop Lauren off, I go straight to Bruton. So how is it that I can pick her up?
The thing about that is that we already have your phone records.
Okay.
And you were at the apartments at 1:30.
And I was gone at 1:30.
Phone records show no, you were there at 1:30. That phone number that you gave me is the phone number we subpoenaed for the records. You were at the apartments at 1:30. You were not in Bruton.
I was on my way to Bruton.
You were. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, you don't have to argue, but okay. If you say I was at the apartment, just please search my license. Nothing has been changed in my car since the day that the first officer flipped through it and looked through it. Everything's in there. If you find anything in that car, it's going to be from Yolanda Mitchell. Where she sits in that front seat and talks to me. Other than that, that's it.
You either have a fetish or were attracted to Naomi and you got her to get in your car and things might have gotten, let's say, a little carried away, or either you're just a stone cold rapist or killer, man.
Well,
I mean,
it's
one or the other.
neither, because I never got her to get in my car. She's never been in my car. That's why I've never cleaned my house. I've never cleaned my car because of that. So I feel like if I clean that car and y'all find it clean, oh, well, he cleaned it before we can get to it. That's why I didn't do that.
Why would you even think?
Because the day that when they looked through the day that they questioned us, I had to get a brake job done. I told.
What day were you questioned?
Friday.
Okay.
And I told the guy, I said, well, I had an appointment to get a brake job done at 10. I said, I'm not leaving because y'all questioned me. I said, I need to go get this brake job done. He's like, that's fine. But the guy that was with him as his partner, I don't even remember the name. I think it's like Officer Paul or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guy that was with him came, looked through my trunk. He opened my back seat, looked in, front seat looked in. And from that day there, I said, don't clean this car out. Because I feel like, it's eventually going to come. So I'm already, no.
How long have you been over at the apartment with Lauren?
Lauren moved over there maybe like, it's about, I know it's the lease is coming up about maybe like 2 years. I don't say she's been over like 2 years.
And you've been staying off and on over there for those 2 years? How long has Naomi been there? How long have you been seeing her there?
They were there before Lauren moved there. Right?
Oh, so they've been there the whole time you've been there?
Yeah.
I got you. So if we say we have your car on video over there where we found the body, what do you say to that?
Yeah, like I told you a little while ago, impossible.
So which is it? Did you pick her up and have...
I did not pick her up. I did not have anything to do with that child whatsoever.
Did she come get in your car that day?
She didn't get in anything that I own. Like I said, we've never been in spitting distance of each other at all. I'm pretty sure you find some fingerprint, hair, something, but she didn't.
Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure you would if she got in that car. I'm pretty sure you would, but she didn't. She's never been in that car. Never.
We have your car on video.
Yeah, you say you do, but I'm telling you, you don't.
We have your car on video. We have your phone records that show your exact route from where you were at, from the apartments to Bruton, back down to where she was found, back to Johnson. And they show exactly which route you went. You can't deny it. It's your phone number. It's your phone number and your phone records. You could keep denying it, or you can tell me what really happened and give your story of what happened. She's a cute girl. She looks a little older. Maybe you guys had something and...
how can we have something? I've never been around the child.
How do you explain, though? How do you explain that your phone is showing that you're going in those directions?
If
How
you
do you
say this is showing, if you say you got my car on video and you say this is showing all of this, let me see it. Because there's no way that, none of that.
I don't see it.
There's no way.
All right, I'll show you.
What's that?
A Nissan Altima.
Okay, and what is that supposed to mean?
That's your car.
How's it? Okay, so how are you just going to tell me that's my car out of...
It's your car. Because your phone puts you in that exact spot that car is at the exact time that car is on that video. So you are a cold-blooded murderer. Because you're sitting here deny, you don't care, you just put it like you just deny everything and lie because we have proof that you're lying.
But this has never been in my car.
To me, is dead, and you're sitting here lying through the whole thing where you were for some reason. Why are you lying? Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
The child has never been in my car.
Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
I've never been in my car.
Okay, so where has she been?
I don't know
Where did you put her?
I did not put her anywhere.
Well, then, if she is in
I've
her
never
car,
had
you
her.
must have stashed her somewhere.
I've never had her. She's never been with me.
She has. You killed her.
No, I did not.
You killed her.
I can.
You raped her and you killed her.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
What'd you do then?
I didn't do anything.
You
I have her.
You raped that baby.
Okay. I can't argue with what you think or how you feel about it. I can just.
She just turned. She's 11 years old.
I did not touch that child. I did not have that child. All right.
Though Robert was visibly shaken by the detective's shocking revelation, he managed to keep himself composed. However, with every probing question, his denials intensified, solidifying his refusal to acknowledge the truth.
Your car is on video, and why your phone records put you in the area where the body was dumped.
I have no idea.
I mean, you got to explain that.
How do I have to explain it? I do not know. I'm sitting here telling you seriously.
That's not a very good answer. I don't know where I was, and I don't know why my phone's.
I told you where I was.
And we know it's not, because
Okay.
we have proof it's not. So you're going to have to come off the truth, or you're just going to look like a liar and a cold-blooded murderer. Because you're denying the facts.
I've never been with this. I never had. I never touched this. This has never been in my car.
Your timeline doesn't match up with your phone records. I thought we were being truthful.
We are.
No, we're not. Why'd you stop on the bridge?
We not stopped on the bridge. I stopped at the stop sign.
Yeah, you stopped there.
Mm-hmm.
But you also stopped on the bridge. And I can prove you did.
Okay.
Why'd you stop on the bridge?
You say you can prove I can. I mean, if you say you can prove I can, then tell me why I stopped on the bridge. Because I did not stop on the bridge.
You stopped on the bridge to put her body in the water. Naomi's body.
Did you throw her over the rail, or did you drag her around the side? That's the question I had. I was wondering
throw her on the
about.
rail. I didn't drag her around the side. I did not dump nobody. I did not dump a body anywhere. She was not in my car. Anything.
Is she in your trunk?
No. No. Not at all.
After countless hours of denying and weaving a baseless story, Robert was finally ready to unveil the secrets he had kept buried inside, confident he would never face the consequences and go scot-free. Yet this was the end of his fabricated story. With each shocking revelation, he left everyone stunned, raising chilling questions about what nightmare this girl must have endured.
She's making gestures, sexual gestures.
Like what?
Can she see the dick? She can handle the dick. She got a boyfriend, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I really don't. And at this time is when she didn't grab my. She grabbed it like my shirt, the bottom of my shirt, like she was trying to. And so when I grabbed her wrist, told her to stop. Look, seriously, you need to leave. And so like she's trying to snatch away, like she's, trying to fight back. And she's keeping on. And I really didn't mean for things to go where they did. I didn't try to hurt the child. But before I realized I choked her out.
How? Just around the neck?
Around the neck. I choked her out around the neck. And I said I didn't really mean for it to happen. I didn't mean to do it. I heard when she was found. That's why I said I would really like for them to take a DNA test, because they said when she was found, she didn't have on no bottom. She was fully dressed. I got to find something to do with this body. I can't leave it here. It's going to smell. Somebody's going to find it. And I tried to think of everything I could think of. I just kept coming my initial. When I finally just decided, okay, I got to dump it somewhere. I just got to dump it. But I didn't know where. I said, well, I can't take it to, put it in no dumpster nowhere because it's easy to be found. So, my initial thought was to just keep going 29 south, just as far as I can just make myself go and just find somewhere just to dump the body out. And I was like, fuck it, I'll turn here. I guess that's whatever street that is. I went down and I went all the way down just trying to find somewhere to try to dump this body, but I'm scared to get out. I'm scared to stop. I'm scared of being seen, so I really don't know what to do. I ride all the way back around, to the curb where it gets to the interstate, turn around and come back up and I take the right where the bridge is and I see it. I'm thinking, well, maybe here's a good place, but then again, I don't know. I don't know how this bridge flows, where it flows to. Then I know this company is right next door, so I'm like, well, maybe it might be found.
Despite Robert's insistence that Naomi had initiated contact, his story still felt unbelievable. However, the detectives sensed there was much more to the story. They decided to investigate his home again, and what they found there answered all their chilling questions. The duct tape found in Naomi's hair matched a roll found in Robert's house. His internet history revealed he was watching adult videos on the same day Naomi went missing. An email was sent to him reminding him of a product left in his shopping cart, a bottle of supplements called Big Jim Penis Enlargement Pills. All the evidence pointed to Robert, the mastermind behind the elaborate trap he laid for Naomi. Believing he could escape the repercussions of his merciless and horrifying actions. On August 12, 2021, filled with intense emotions and pain, Robert Howard was convicted of first-degree murder in Naomi's death, along with additional charges for failing to register as a sex offender.
The man accused of killing little Naomi Jones just found guilty of murder. Robert Howard now headed to prison for the rest of his life. The despicable crime happened in 2017 in Pensacola. Naomi, just years old, was strangled, her body thrown into a creek. Howard was arrested 3 days after Jones's body was found.
The verdict offered a sense of justice to the family, but the scars of his actions continue to linger. Naomi's mother, Shantara Hurry, made this statement after announcing the verdict. As we conclude this tragic case, deeper questions emerge. What warning signs were overlooked, and could this horrific crime have been prevented? Despite Robert's status as a registered offender, he managed to live undetected within a community that remained unaware of his true identity. Had there been more effective protection in place, Naomi's life could have been saved. What are your thoughts on this case? We would love to know them. Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for such fascinating videos. Until next time, stay aware and stay safe.